Team, welcome to the Wednesday workshop. We have got a really important topic today, and it's cravings. And we're looking to control cravings and snacking with a couple of simple evidence-based strategies, okay, that we can really use to help reduce those kind of cravings that we have and build more lasting control over your food choices, which I'd imagine the vast majority of us would really like to do because we know what it's like when we get emotional, we tend to crave things, okay? Now, why people struggle with cravings first and foremost? Well, cravings aren't random things, all right? They're a complex interplay of biology, ingrained habits and emotional triggers, and also environmental cues as well. There's a very complex kind of dynamic around it, okay? Understanding this, though, will help you stop blaming yourself and start building better systems around it. Awareness is key. I always talk about awareness is crucial. Awareness here is key, okay? You're not broken. You're not lacking willpower. You just haven't got the right tools for the critical moments when willpower does tend to go a little bit. The good news is this is learnable, okay? It's teachable, it's practical, and it's remarkably effective, okay? Two types of cravings. You have physical hunger or emotional and cue-driven cravings, all right? So physical hunger is when you're actually bloody hungry, your body needs fuel and energy. This is when you will have a gradual build-up of hunger over time. You're open to different food options. You resolve this generally with a nice, healthy, nutritious meal, and it's accompanied by physical signs of tiredness, fatigue, that kind of thing, okay? Then emotional or cue-driven cravings, this is triggered by stress, boredom, routine, or habit. So you get sudden urges of like wanting food straight away. You get a specific food fixation, so it might be crisps or chocolate. You might not be satisfied by the alternatives that are on offer, and this is linked to feelings and or situations, okay? And these are the ones we want to watch out for. These are the most problematic kind of cravings, the second type, emotional and cue-driven cravings. Now, when we can learn to distinguish between these two, that's the first step in this kind of toolkit for regaining control, okay? So bear that in mind. Then the hunger scale. So I want you to use this before you eat any meal to build a bit more awareness about where you're currently at. So 0 is going to be you're faint, you're absolutely buggered, all right, you're starving, hungry. Number 2 on the scale is going to be hungry, so you're strong urge to eat, your stomach's growling. 4 is going to be neutral, so you're neither hungry nor full. Satisfied is 6, so you're comfortably full, so 6 out of 8, and 8 is stuffed, okay? So this scale is on 0 to 8, okay? So when you're 8, you're absolutely stuffed to the brim. When you're 0, you are faint, you need something right now. The sweet spot here is going to be between 3 and 6. Crucially, avoid letting hunger crash to a 0 or a 2. This is where the overeating tends to kick in because our body just wants something straight away. You can't out-discipline biology when you're absolutely ravenous. So try and avoid 0 or 2. You want to be aiming for between 3 and 6, ideally, okay, with that little hunger scale there. Nice little simple way to look at stuff. Next up, urge surfing. It's a game changer for technique. So what is it? Well, cravings come in waves. They rise, they peak, they fall, just like the ocean swells, okay? Most people give in right at the peak, believing the intensity will last forever. It won't. It will go. So if you can ride out the wave, you will be fine, okay? The urge surfing method. So pause and acknowledge the craving. When you get that craving, just stop and acknowledge there is a craving there. Breathe deeply, breathe steadily. I know it might sound like being a hippie here or a guru or whatever. It ain't the case. Breathe deeply, breathe steadily. Ride the wave for 60 to 90 seconds. Give yourself 1.5 minutes just to kind of relax. Get your thoughts together. Think rationally. Don't go run into the cupboard thinking I need something now or I'm going to pass out. It ain't the case, all right? Observe without acting on it, okay? Just observe the situation. Observe that you're craving something, what you're craving, but don't act on it. And then notice as it naturally subsides, because it does subside. It does go away. Just take your time with it, breathe, and it will subside over time. Now, cravings don't last nearly as long as you think, all right? We're looking at this 90-second period here. Now, this technique will teach your brain that you can tolerate discomfort without immediately reacting. We are generally programmed now to just react to stuff for comfort straight away. We can ride that wave, and if you can prove to yourself you can do it, your body will start to think, you know what, I don't need it as much. So that's a good way of getting through any cravings, especially emotional or kind of psychological cravings that we have. Pattern interrupts is next. So when a craving hits, you're often in autopilot. You know, we're not even thinking straight. We're on autopilot. We're not even rationally thinking. Pattern interrupts will snap you out of that autopilot and restore more conscious choices. And you know me, I talk about conscious decisions a lot, don't I? So change rooms first up. So physical movement disrupts that mental loop. If you're craving something, bugger off to a different room. Change your environment completely. Second is drink water. Often thirst is masquerading as hunger. You know, we confuse it. Thirst is generally when you're hungry, okay? So, A full glass of water will give your body what it might actually need to get over that craving, so drink water. You might not be hungry, you might just be a bit dehydrated. Go for a walk for 2 minutes, even if it's around the house. Brief movement releases tension, changes your state, and creates space between urge and action. And then deep breaths as well, so 5 slow breaths activate your calming response and reduce the urgency of cravings. And then message me if you need it. External accountability and support will help you feel less alone in challenging moments as well. Okay, so let's just use those pattern interrupts to be fully effective with this. Okay, then we have environmental design, so your biggest advantage around all of this. If food is visible, accessible, and easy, you will eat it. It is quite straightforward. You will do that. This is not a lack of discipline. It's basic human wiring, okay? Your brain is designed to notice and respond to food cues in your environment. So again, it's not necessarily your fault. You are wired to do this. So that environment design is going to be massive. Out of sight first and foremost. Put tempting snacks into opaque containers, high shelves, or separate rooms entirely, okay? Just get them out of your sight and out of your mind. Smaller portions, so buy single serve options or pre-portioned treats and put them into smaller containers immediately. It's just a really good way to look around that kind of stuff. Just smaller portions, it will just help in terms of your portion control. Then easy protein access, so keep that around the place, you know. Pre-washed fruit as well, cut vegetables, healthy snacks everywhere, ready to go at eye level, ready to grab. So get it out of sight, have smaller portions, and have easy protein access and healthy food access kind of on demand in and around the house, okay? Remember, your environment should match your goals. Make overeating harder and nutritious eating much easier. Small changes in setup create a massive behavioral shift. So really, really positive actions we need to take in and around our food with that, okay? Then we have smart eating blueprint swaps, all right? So the goal is not perfection, it's not deprivation, it's making slightly better choices in the moment. Thinking about the foods that we're eating, one that satisfies the cravings while supporting your health goals as well, okay? So we have things like a little swap out here. So crisps could be swapped out for popcorn or protein crisps, you know? Yeah, again, not like the most perfectly healthy food, but that doesn't matter. We're not looking for that. We're looking for something that is going to satisfy that craving without having the unhealthiest option. So it maintains the salty, crunchy satisfaction with higher volume of food, more protein, and fewer calories per handful, okay? Chocolate can be replaced with a protein bar or chocolate yogurt bowls or something like that. It delivers the chocolate flavor whilst adding protein that keeps you fuller for longer and will stabilize your blood sugar, and will probably have slightly less sugar in as well than a chocolate bar, okay? Sweet tooth, fruit first rule is the next thing we're looking at. So try a piece of fruit first. If you're craving something sweet, have a piece of fruit. It could be a bit of an apple, an orange, something like that. Have it. Often the fruit will satisfy that sweet craving, okay? And then late night grazing, have a protein shake or a herbal tea, something to keep you busy, essentially. This is going to create some fullness as well without the energy surge that disrupts your sleeping patterns. When you're eating high kind of sugar foods late in the evening, it basically means you won't sleep as well because you've got sugar in the system, and that's going to get us a bit wired, isn't it? So having these kind of swaps, guys, is going to make a massive difference moving forward. And these swaps as well are important because they're not about restriction, they're about upgrading your choices so you feel satisfied, energized, and much more in control, okay? Then we have the snack structure strategy. So we're getting there, guys. Random grazing throughout the day creates a level of guilt, unpredictability, and a loss of control. When we're losing control, we feel stressed, we feel anxious. Creating structure will eliminate all of these issues. It really will. So the method, first and foremost, is build 1 to 2 planned snacks into your daily routine. Plan them. Make them protein-centered, high volume, healthy options, and easy to prepare in advance. So like I said before, fruit, cut up vegetables, protein options, those kind of things. Get those 1 or 2 snacks planned already into your daily routine. So the example structure snacks here will be Greek yogurt with berries and almonds, apple slices with peanut butter is a good one, protein shake with banana, vegetable sticks with hummus, hard-boiled eggs with cherry tomatoes. You know, these things are really kind of crucial to have that good nutritional balance, but also nice healthy options, keep you feeling full, give you a good protein hit, the majority of them, and it's going to help you kind of prevent grazing throughout the course of the day on unhealthier versions. Now, when snacks are part of the plan, you stop feeling guilty every time you eat something between meals. You've given yourself permission to with a healthier alternative, okay? And again, I want to kind of reinforce the point that we're not looking to be perfect here. We're not looking for restricting chocolate or cakes or crisps at all. What we're looking for is just the majority of your food needs to be slightly better options. And especially when we're trying to overcome cravings and things, these things will really help moving forward, okay? So the snack structure strategy, get those snacks planned in place. And then this is your personal cravings toolkit. Okay, so number one is choose your pattern interrupt. Which technique will you use when the cravings hit? Pick 2 or 3 that feel natural to you from that, what we spoke about briefly. Design your environment, so make sure those foods are out of sight. Maybe they're in containers, they're in cupboards you don't really go into. Have a specific kids drawer for the kids snacks, that kind of stuff. Get your kitchen set up right. Make this as smart an environment as you possibly can, and just start with small changes. Okay, plan your snack structure. So when will you have your planned snacks? What are they going to be? What will they include? And then your smart swaps as well. So which craving do you face most often, and what is that upgraded alternative in terms of a health perspective? Okay, now again, I just want to talk about how I don't want you to completely restrict chocolate. I think now and again we should allow chocolate into your diet. I'm using chocolate as an example because I love chocolate. That's something we can add into our diet because it's going to prevent us binge eating at the weekends or in a month's time when we just need some dairy milk in our life. You know, we've all been there. But add a bit of that into your diet every 2 to 3 days. You know, just have maybe a bar of chocolate every 2 days, every 3 days. And if you fit it within your calories or within a nice healthy meal structure, you'll be absolutely golden, okay? Then a final reminder of all of this: cravings do not mean you're a failure. You are a human being, but with the right tools you can stay in control more. You're not going to succumb to those cravings and kind of cave into them, even when life gets busy, even when it gets emotional, even when it gets bloody chaotic, which it will do pretty much all the time, okay? Now these small predictable wins will equal big long-term results, and if you can really work at this is one of the biggest problems people face, is these cravings and eating when they don't even think about it. You know, I'm talking about that kind of unconscious eating process that most people go through. Let's start thinking about what we're doing and the choices we're making. And you've got this, honestly, you really can. And remember to lean on me whenever you need it, okay? Your coach whenever you need it. But hopefully this has made some sense. Really important training today, and I'd love it if you give me some feedback on this. If you've got any questions, give me a shout as well. But let's utilize this toolkit, make it work. Catch you later, guys. And if you need me, you know where to find me.